I'm Haley. Welcome to the whole podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our third season. This is our first episode, and we have done a completely different setup for you, everyone. So please join us. We are so excited for our very first guests from the KC Ballet. So please welcome. I want to say your last name wrong, and I know I'm not going to say it right. So please correct me. Kim Trudell? Trudell?
Trudell, you got it.
Trudell. Okay, and Sara Riley. Okay, do you ladies want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're connected?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Kim, and I am the manager for strategic partnerships at Kansas City Ballet. And part of that includes overseeing our sensory friendly performances. And that's how Sara and I met because she is a supporter through Riley ABA of our performances.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep. I'm Sara Riley. I am a licensed professional counselor as well as a board certified behavior analyst. And I opened Riley ABA and Autism Center in 2018. We are an outpatient early intervention clinic that provides ABA therapy to children with a medical diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder.
Hmm.
So,
Can you elaborate a little bit more about what ABA is?
yeah, ABA.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. ABA is a science-backed, research-based therapy intervention. Um, as far as outcomes go and the research behind, ABA, autism is our clientele's diagnosed with autism show the most profound outcomes. But essentially, I we get to play and teach through play, and it's a pretty amazing field to be in. All of our kiddos are primarily 6 and under, so we work with a lot of little guys, and we get to spend our days like observing a kid's first words and helping them how to use utensils for the first time, and you know, working with parents and in the community at large. And it's incredible. It truly is. Very grateful.
Very
Wow.
rewarding, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that existed. That is really good to hear.
Yes. Yes. So, the type of therapy we provide, ABA, we are a center-based facility, but there are other facilities out there that are maybe in-home or community-based, depending on the needs of each individual. But we are primarily center-based.
Okay.
So what exactly does ABA stand for?
Applied behavior analysis.
Okay, you may have said that earlier and I
Yes.
just missed
That is
it, but
okay,
thank
yeah.
you, yes.
I get
Yes,
that.
it's primarily backed behind behaviorism
Mhm.
and understanding the whys of behavior.
Okay.
And how
So
to navigate through it, probably,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
The whys and what can we do to support that individual.
Mhm.
If that's through I'm frustrated, I'm mad, but I also don't have the words to communicate that. Our job is to help, foster
Mhm.
communication and teach communication so that they can say, I'm mad and I need a break. Because those are all things that we all get mad. We all need breaks. We all need time to take deep breaths, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So that's our job, is to help empower that child.
Hmm. I know for me, I struggle with saying what my emotions are sometimes. So that's really good.
Mhm.
uh, it's not always easy to share what you're feeling when you're frustrated. So,
Oh,
Absolutely.
very much so.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, how did you ladies get connected then? You want to share about
That's a good
that?
question. I'm trying to recall, Kim. My memory is not so great. Do you remember?
Well, in so we started our first sensory friendly performance of the Nutcracker in 2018. And Sara, what was the first time you attended a sensory friendly performance?
It was probably, well, it wouldn't have been 2020, maybe 2021.
Yeah. And Sara, when she found out, so last year we did the first time that we offered an additional sensory friendly performance was for Alice in Wonderland, and Sarah would probably tell this story better, um, but her daughter's name is actually Alice, and her Alice has a lot of affinity toward Alice in Wonderland and the story, and we connected about that, and Sarah just asked, are there other ways that I can support this sensory friendly performance? Because I've had a great experience with the Nutcracker, and now knowing that you're doing this performance of Alice in Wonderland, I feel like I should get involved. And so that's how she and her business, Riley ABA,
Mhm.
became a corporate sponsor for our sensory friendly Nutcracker. Oh, and our sensory friendly performances in general.
Yes, it was very serendipitous, I feel like. It
Mhm.
was, we were in so we were previously our facility was located in the West Side neighborhood, and we were there for about 6 years. And then we had a year-long renovation in Brookside, and that's in our building that we're at now. And it was wrapping up, construction was wrapping up right around the time that Alice was going to have her sensory friendly showing. So it was my daughter's name, Alice. We really love Alice in Wonderland. I love the Kansas City Ballet, and they're all inclusive and being such an inclusive, resource for the community. And it was just there's so many things aligning all at once. I'm like, we need to do this. So it was incredible. It was incredible.
That's great. I had no idea that you all did sensory friendly performances until we were talking about this. However, ooh, back here. However, last year Haley went with me to the Nutcracker,
Yes.
and we got to experience one of the rooms that you have for
I
the
want to
sensory
Oh,
sensory room, right?
sensory
yes,
rooms.
at the
Yes,
Kauffman Center.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Hmm.
and that was amazing that was available to her because she was really struggling with enjoying the performance kind of at the distance we were at. So she was able to better concentrate, enjoy it in the room, and it was really fantastic. We were super excited.
It was
So,
really cool. And it was a last minute thing
hmm,
because I didn't know I was going to go that night.
right.
And so we just kind of asked questions and they were like, "Oh yeah, please come join us in
Hmm.
the sensory room." And I was like, "What? What is this?" And it was amazing. I was able to see it on the TV and I wasn't, wanting to ask Barry and interrupt her experience of the event. So it was good.
That's wonderful. That's
And
great
I
to
don't know
hear.
if you know, but part of the friendly experience is you pay one flat fee, but you also for tickets, but you can pick your seats. So you
Hmm.
can pick up, you
Oh,
can sit as close as you would
Oh.
like, or you can sit
yeah.
Oh.
further back if you need
Oh.
more space, or if you,
Hmm.
prefer to sit by an exit if you're more comfortable. That is part of the sensory friendly experience with the ballet.
That is
That's
amazing.
that's
Yes.
super important just to be able to have that flexibility with your with the cost on that and your family,
Absolutely.
and that way you can bring the entire family. You're not just bringing maybe one child that or one member of your family or friends that have, the sensory issues. So everyone can enjoy
Absolutely.
it.
Right. That's one of the things that we say about the sensory friendly performances. It's really more about the house experience.
Mhm.
Like Sarah said, it's we keep the house lights on, half lit. We
Mhm.
have the doors remain open so you can exit and come and go
Mhm.
throughout the performance, not just at intermission. We You could feasibly, it's general admission, so you could feasibly sit down in one place and then choose to find a different seat.
Mhm.
Just a lot of things that don't happen in a typical ticketed performance, and that's what makes it different. It's that house experience. We do make adjustments for lighting and sound.
Mhm.
We work with our artistic team to make slight modifications for like intense sounds or visuals that need to be slightly modified. But otherwise, it's the same artistic performance that you will see.
I'm sure with the professionals that you have there, it would not be a significant notice to people seeing the different performances. So you're
No,
going to get a fantastic show
absolutely.
regardless, but it's just going to be more friendly to our friends with more sensory issues.
Yes.
Absolutely. And even, my daughter who is 5, she's busy and likes to move around. And the sensory friendly experience allows me, even just as a parent, to feel more comfortable in my skin, taking my toddler who's up and down and up and down
Mhm.
in their seat and moving around. It's okay to do that.
Yes.
That's okay. So even just, any parent truly just being able to let your hair down and be with your child and enjoy the show.
Mhm.
And something Sarah and I have talked about, and that we hear from a lot of other parents and families, is that, children that are neurodivergent or that have autism, the thing that they experience, a lot of them, vocalize, and that isn't something that they can control when or how that happens. And in this performance, they can vocalize freely,
Mhm.
and that is something for parents that feels very relieving. They're not feeling like they need to, shush them,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
not that they would, but meaning in a situation like the theater, sometimes that can feel like there are rules about,
Right.
you have to sit down, you have to be quiet, you have to. And we just want to make sure that this feels like a very welcome and comfortable environment where those so-called rules are not in place,
Mhm.
um, and vocalizing freely is welcome, because that's what's happening.
I think I had emailed you about that last time after the show last year. I like
Yes.
had tears in my eyes, like the curtain was going up and you could hear several kiddos that were very excited to be there. And you could hear vocal stems like across
Mhm.
because I was sitting up above. And it was just like, I'm almost going to tear up now. Like it was just such a beautiful moment for all these kids to be present and just truly be who they are. And for parents to be with them, their
Mhm.
caretakers. And
Mhm.
I was just in awe. It was beautiful, truly. So I I tell Kim all the time, I'm just so grateful for, the ballet and all of their um, just being such a inclusive um, place for so many people. So it's amazing.
So, what inspired you to begin the sensory? Oop, missed
The sensory experience, I would
Thank
say.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank
I
you.
got you.
You said it started in 2018. Was this something that was brought to you, or just kind of how did it come about? And maybe we covered this already.
No, I was actually about to ask the same question, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely a team effort. Um, I actually founded our adaptive dance program, which are classes for children with disabilities, in um, 20, 2015, 10 years ago. And those classes had become well established um, in 2 years. And one member of my teaching team, Grace Ingham, uh, when I stepped away from the ballet around that time and really passed the baton to her and others, she really where we saw things moving, and this was really part of a national trend, was in addition to adaptive dance, was sensory friendly performances. That was definitely the next step, and Grace really took it upon herself to move that forward. And so 2018, that was really it really kind of took that year of Grace moving that initiative forward, and that's how that got started. And really, those for 7 years, she was the manager behind those sensory friendly performances, and through the pandemic, where there was a pause. And so that really was how, and like I said, team effort of how just all of that got started. And Grace is still an integral part of the ballet.
She's fabulous.
Great.
What got you interested in doing adaptive dance? Because, I mean, making things adaptable for the disability world, I mean, I feel like we've made small progresses throughout the years, but lately it just has been coming to fruition in so many different ways. So, what caught your interest to make that more adaptable at that time?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, my previous role at the ballet was as a dance educator. I was on our teaching faculty for 11 years, and I specialized in our children's program. My degree is in early childhood education, and in my early career, I was an early intervention specialist for infants and toddlers with developmental delays and disabilities. And so I really combined uh, those experiences, and I just saw that we could really strengthen and grow our school at the ballet by enhancing it. And again, I saw that there were other larger national programs that were having these initiatives.
Mhm.
Like at the time, Boston Ballet had a strong adaptive dance ballet program, and so I just knew it was time for us to move in that direction. And I thought that for myself, having had some of that expertise that I could bring to the table and bring other specialists, consult with other OTs in the community, and learn from other organizations, contact families and ask them like, what are your interests? How most would you like to see a class like this? Really do some like pre-research before just getting it started. That was something I really was excited about doing, and that was a really wonderful part of getting that started. And it's really been wonderful to see how it's grown. We had last semester, spring semester, we had 7 classes total between both of our campuses, and 5 of those had a waiting list. And now our fall registration just is open now.
Mhm.
We have 6 classes right now to start. We have 3 at our downtown campus, 3 at our south campus. Most of those are on Saturdays. We have one Tuesday class for teenagers, but we offer those adaptive dance classes for ages 3 through teenagers.
Okay. Okay. About how long does the session last? Is it
Those are it depends. They're for the younger students. They're about 45 minutes.
okay? And are they a package deal or like you whole season? Like,
Typically, they're like for the semester,
okay.
but again, that just depends depending on what the
Well,
family
that's
is
good. They've
interested
got some
in doing.
flexibility and
Mhm. Yeah.
very exciting.
Mhm.
How about larger the classes?
Um, so um, we have a teacher student ratio that is smaller than
Mhm.
it would be in a typical class. So um, I don't remember what that number is right now, but I think uh, it might be it might be 12.
Mhm.
But I don't quote me on that. You'll
That's
have to
okay.
look at the website.
I was just
That's
curious.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Um, so what does it look like to bring one of these ballets to life in a sensory? Like, how does that start for you ladies? How long is that process? Is there a lot of tweaking and rehearsals? Like, tell me everything. How does
Well,
this start?
Kim can talk more, but I about it, like as far as logistics. But when Kim was sharing with me, and that was another reason why I was like, yes, I am in. I want to support this 120%. Was all of the logistics that their team has considered and put together is truly incredible. So just want to
Yeah.
preface that.
I appreciate that. Again, it's a team effort. For uh, As I mentioned before, we consult with our artistic team to make those slight modifications in the performance itself. And now with Nutcracker, because that is a consistent annual performance, that those modifications have been made, and so there's usually not any additional thing that needs to be considered there. Um, but the house experience, we one thing I think Sarah might be referring to is something we're always learning about that and how that can be improved. Um, uh, One thing that we had talked about was like the straws. That was something that was a conversation we'd had with Grace, because just learning that there are, for example, they have like at the Kauffman Center, because of course we work closely with them. They have such amazing volunteers, ushers,
Hmm.
and they offer concessions. They offer those things during the performance, but um, there weren't straws
Hmm.
available for drinks. There are the stir straws
Hmm.
are available for cocktails,
Yeah.
but we had many individuals that needed a straw for drinking due to their particular disability, and that was something like the first time in the sensory friendly performance that was not considered. And so just learning that quickly and then working with a Kauffman and making sure that we had straws,
Hmm.
drinking straws available. So things like that are just really important. But sometimes you don't learn those things until you have guests that have accommodations,
Hmm.
and then when we know what they are, then we can provide them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the ushers too? Who you guys, is it the Kauffman Center or you guys that?
Oh, yes, we do partner with Down Syndrome Innovations. They've been a wonderful partner for us and Children's Mercy. We have a wonderful partner there, and they offer training for the Kauffman volunteers for specifically for these performances. And then our partners at Down Syndrome Innovations, they come and then they partner with our Kauffman ushers, and like they buddy up and usher the sensory friendly performances, which is just really fun for everyone.
An amazing experience.
Hmm.
Yeah.
One of the other differences is the dancers will come out
Yes.
and greet participants in the crowd, and different characters from the Nutcracker will come out, um, and that's something that people don't typically get to experience
No.
during a regular showing of the Nutcracker.
Nope,
Yes.
not all the ones I've been to. I haven't gotten to do that.
No.
Oh, I bet the kids love it though.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, my daughter was starstruck. I mean, it was a really neat moment.
Oh. Okay, let me look at our questions here because I want to. There are some really good questions that we have lined up. So let me see here, and please shout out if you want to jump somewhere. Please, I will not be offended. Um, I think I shared with you ladies, and I'll share again with the camera and everybody. But I am vision impaired, and so I cannot always see the questions quickly. So please, and Barry is so helpful. So whatever you guys want to shout out, please.
Uh,
Okay.
Real quick, if someone would like to purchase tickets for the sensory friendly Nutcracker coming up, are those tickets now on sale
They are.
at
and
your website?
They are. You can go to kcballet.org,
Okay.
and you can click on tickets right at the top, and then go right to the sensory friendly Nutcracker.
Okay, fantastic.
Mhm.
And you have one performance, and that is
It's Thursday,
Thursday the
December 4th
4th.
at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And tickets are $25 each. We have, because of sponsorship, like with Sarah's sponsorship, that allows us to reduce those ticket costs.
Go, Sarah.
Wow, yeah,
Go, Sarah.
that's a good price.
It is,
That's
and the fact
amazing.
that you can sit wherever you'd like.
Yeah.
Yes. What am I doing December 4th?
I know. I was
I
like,
know.
do we need to go to this now, Barry? I think we
know.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we do.
Yeah.
You might see us.
Yeah. I was looking at question 5. I feel like we've kind of covered a lot of the questions already, just in natural conversation. But 5 is, can you share a story or a moment from your past performances that really captured the importance of the event and that really impacted like the families?
I was actually thinking about this just now when Sarah mentioned that one of the differences at the sensory friendly performances is that we have dancers come out during intermission,
Mhm.
and sometimes prior to the performance as well. And uh, one of our sensory friendly nutcrackers, a mother brought her 46-year-old daughter who has cerebral palsy to that performance last year. And she called us afterward to say thank you for providing the performance, because her daughter at intermission met our Mouse King, and they took a picture together. And in her words, she said being able to attend a performance with, with that kind of just um, openness was really, really special.
Love
Yeah. It when you have a disability, you kind of miss out on a lot of things, especially at performances. And to be able to go to some place and have the sensory support, but also feel like you're attending the regular event, you still want it to be as similar as possible. And so you can have that full experience. And so that is an amazing opportunity for a lot of our Kansas City people. It just you miss out a lot. Like, for example, with my vision, I can't always sit as close as I want because the price point is not in my
Mhm.
favor.
Right.
Or, I have a large family. So it's like, how do we get everybody there or who goes with me? And so this opportunity is amazing
Mm,
for so many people.
mm,
I
Mm.
will touch on, and we haven't talked about it yet, but if you, um, part of the experience also allows individuals with AAC devices to bring them and use them if they need to during the performance.
mhm,
What
Um,
do you mean by AC devices?
so, like a communication device,
Yeah.
we have a lot of
Mhm.
kiddos with iPads that have touch chat or Quilla Pro to communicate. And
Mhm.
so they can bring that device with them to the show.
Mm,
So
Perfect.
I mean, those are their words, right?
yes.
Like they
Yes,
Yeah.
need to
that's
be
their
able to have
voice.
those with them.
Mhm.
So
Wow. Oh, such great work. I am so honored. We are so
Yes,
honored
definitely.
to be here with you ladies. This is a group of strong, independent women, and I love it. I love it so much.
it's amazing.
I just appreciate you wanting to hear more about this performance and these performances because the reality is we want to do more.
Mhm.
We want, and I'd love more people like Sarah, to sponsor these performances because, you know, we'd, we'd love to have as many as possible because we'd love to have as many people in the community, coming and getting a chance to benefit from from that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are more than willing to share any information you ladies want to
Mhm.
send our way. There's a lot of different support groups. There's all sorts of things we can share with many people. So please let us see if we can help you with that.
That's
Okay.
wonderful.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And that's, Kim and I just had that conversation, what, a couple months ago? Like,
Yeah.
how do we market this and how do we get this out to let more people know um, about the show? So that's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. And whatever connections I have, you're welcome to them.
Thank you.
So,
So, if it's okay with you ladies, I think we're going to take a quick ad break and then we'll get some more water, coffee, whatever you ladies need. And then we'll just jump right back in. Okay.
sounds great.
Great.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back.
Living with a disability can feel isolating, but it doesn't have to. At The Whole Person, peer support groups bring people together who truly understand. The Whole Person provides a variety of peer support groups. Brain injury group, share experiences and navigate life after your injury. Mental health group, connect with others managing anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. DIY life skills, build confidence and skills for independence, designed for ages 18 to 24. In addition to these, we offer specific groups for spinal cord injuries, blindness and low vision, and deaf and hard of hearing. Whatever your journey, you're not alone. To find your group and attend our next meeting, please visit thewholeperson.org/peer support or call us at 816-561-0304. Peer support at The Whole Person. Real people, real connection.
Hi, everyone. Okay, we are back from our break and we are going to continue on with learning more a little bit about the KC Ballet, the sensory ballets. Is that the correct terms?
Sensory friendly performance.
Sensory friendly performance. I appreciate the correction. So, we were talking a little bit off camera about how to even get started with not even applying, just getting a ticket. So, would you ladies like to explain a little bit more about that process and what it
Sure.
looks like?
Yes, no application necessary. It's just ordering your tickets. For the sensory friendly performances, you just call our ticket office. So, and there's no online order available for this performance. So, call our ticket office, and we have amazing representatives at our ticket office.
They truly are.
Yes,
They are very.
they're so helpful, so friendly,
That is so
and
good.
so warm and welcoming. And they will, in addition to taking your ticket order, you can let them know what kind of accommodations you might have specifically that could involve the need to remove a theater seat at the Kauffman for your mobility device. That could involve utilizing sensory kits that are available at the Kauffman. There's a whole list of questions that you might not even know to ask that they will ask and work with you on that so that you will have your needs met when you get there.
That is quite an operation. Not many places even know to ask those questions. So
Mhm.
that's quite an improvement.
Well, like I always say, it's a team effort. We work in conjunction with the Kauffman Center because we're a resident performing company at their venue, and so they have excellent, uh, as you mentioned, things already in place, like their sensory room, and they have those sensory kits. They're doing a wonderful job to make things accommodating, and so it's wonderful to work with other like-minded organizations so that we can all be in alignment together.
Yeah.
What's included in the sensory kits? Do you have any idea?
Yes, there are like fidgets. I don't know what's in there recently, but I know that there's like headset,
Okay.
a couple things
Okay.
like that. Mhm.
That's fantastic.
How did you come up with the questions for the forms that they asked?
The Kauffman team came up with those questions, and they have been really helpful for us um, because, as I mentioned, for the sensory performance specifically, those orders happen um, by calling the ticket office
Mhm.
because but but both the Kauffman and we have online ticketing for other performances. And so we want to make sure that all those performances are as inclusive as possible. And so those are an opportunity for anyone ordering online for any performance to let us know what accommodations they might have.
Right. Okay, cool. And then so to find the number and everything, people can just Google your information and it'll pull right up maybe?
Yeah, kcballet.org is our website.
Okay.
Our ticket office numbers on there. Um, Sensory Friendly Nutcracker performance is on there. If you just click tickets, it'll take you right to it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll share that on this podcast so that it'll be shown to everybody. And then if there's any further information that you would like to share, please send it our way and we will get that information out for you. Okay.
Sounds
Great.
great.
Okay. Well, those are all the questions I know to ask. Is there anything else or any other questions, Barry, that you might have?
I don't think so. Not right at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll come up with about 4 or 5 afterwards. Oh my gosh.
Great.
Thursday, December 4th.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll put that on the
At
calendar.
6 p.m.,
And
right,
then-
Kim?
That's right.
Okay.
And then registration is currently open for the adaptive dance classes.
Yes, that's
and
right.
they are 2 locations, either
Yes, South Campus
Mhm.
or our downtown.
at Bolander.
Yeah, that's
Am I,
exactly right.
am I saying that correctly?
You sure are. Well done.
Okay. Hey. Which is an amazing facility too. I've not been to your South Campus, but I have been there and it's beautiful.
It is really pretty.
We'll have to go check it out.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, well, this has been great, and we've learned so much from you both. So thank you so much. If it's all right with you, I think we'll wrap up. And like I said, send information, and if there's any further updates, we can have you back on the podcast anytime.
Absolutely.
Sounds great. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
so
being our
much.
first person on our 3rd season.
Amazing.
Honor. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Amazing.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you soon on our next episode. Hi, everyone. My name is Haley Korf. I am the vision impaired host for the whole podcast. If you want to like and subscribe, that would be most helpful. We would love it. We just want to get our information out to the community so we can provide support to anyone who needs it. If you want to take a look at our calendar, we do have that on our website. That will show all the peer support groups that we offer. You are more than welcome to give us a call too. We would be more than happy to answer any questions, but it is all listed on the calendar. Take a look at it, enjoy our new website, and thank you so much for tuning in.